So the next topic is about OLTP. This is online transaction process. We are having two things: online analytics, analysis processing, and online transaction processing. So this online transaction processing is a class of a software program which is capable of supporting the transaction oriented application. In the way of computing, if I'm going to tell, the transaction is a sequence of discrete information exchange that are treated as an unit. Every day, it's act involved in this OLTP process, which can include like online banking, online shopping. Then uh, it's a point of scale terminal which is tied with the inventory managed system. Like we are having ERP billing, supply chain. So here there are two important characteristics of this online transaction process. One is concurrency and atomicity. This atomicity graduates that it is one step in completeness, or it fails during the transaction. So the process will not continue here. Concurrency prevents multiple user from altering the same data at the same time. In order for a transaction to complete successfully, all the data changes must be permanent. So the condition known is to compute as a atomic statefulness. So to avoid the single point of failure, this OLTP system are often decentralized. For example, Google Cloud Spanner is the distributed relational database service that runs on Google Cloud. It is designed to support the global online transaction processes. So how this OLTP is working is this OLTP involves taking transaction data, then it process it and update the backend database to reflect the new input. While the application may be complex, these updates are very simple and invoke only a few database records. So the relational database management system is often used to manage this OLTP thing. So the relational database are a good option here. It requires database that can be handled a large number of query and updates while supporting the fast response time is available. So the OLTP is used for executing online database transaction that the frontline workers such as cashier, bank teller, which is going to be generated there. So the customer self-service application like online banking, e-commerce also generate the database transaction and are tied with this OLTP systems. So this OLTP, this is online transactional processing system, typically uses three-tier architecture. So it consists of presentation, application, and data tier. So what are the characteristics of this OLTP is the OLTP is based upon the application having ranges of characteristics and its feature. So they include like high volume of concurrent users, frequent data modification, integrity. Then the transaction are usually involved only for few database records. Then simple transactions like data updates, insertion, deletion, and simple queries. Then indexing data set for a fast search. Then fast response time. Then high availability because of the downtime in the OLTP applications. So then about this online analytical processing, this OLAP stands like it is the classification of software technology which authorize analytics managers and executives to gain insight into the information through fast, consistent, interactive access in the wide variety of possible views of data. So this OLAP implements multidimensional analysis of business information and support of capability for complex estimation, thread analysis, and sophisticated data modeling. So this data warehousing, the essential foundations are like intelligent solution containing business performance management, planning, budgeting, forecasting, financial documenting, analysis, simulation modeling, knowledge discovery, and data warehouse reporting. So this OLAP enables client N to perform ad hoc analysis of record in multiple dimensional, providing the insight to understand their requirement here. So the variety of functions of organization, like it can be used in finance and accounts, sales and marketing, and productions. So in finance and marketing, we can use it for budgeting, active based costing, then financial models. Then in sales and marketing, it can be used in sales analysis and forecasting, market research analysis, promotion analysis, customer analysis. In production, we can use like production planning and defect analysis. See, this OLAP yeah, has two main process. The first one is to provide business user with data model more interactive to them and not in the tabular model. So this model is called dimensional model here. The second purpose is to enable fast query response, that is usually difficult to achieve using the tabular models. So the how this OLAP works, fundamentally OLAP has a very simple concept. Okay, it pre-calculate most of the query that are typically very hard to execute over the tubular database, and aggression, joins, grouping. So these queries are calculated using process which usually called building or processing of OLAP cubes. So the main characteristics of this OLAP are multi-dimensional conceptual view, multi-user support, accessibility, storing OLAP results, uniform documenting performance, and it provides distinguish between zero value and missing values. OLAP system must ignore all the missing values. Then it has to facilitate interactive queries. It uses to drill out the greater ideas, then calculation and comparison. Okay, these are some of the characteristics of OLAP. So the benefit of using this OLAP is it helps the manager to have the decision making through multi-dimensional record. Then OLAP functions are self-sufficient to inherit flexible support to the organization database. In facility stimulation of business model and problems through extending the manage of analyzing capacity. Now, the difference between this OLA and OLAP modelers. So mainly this OLTP is a large number of transaction like insert, update, delete are going to be done in the OLTP thing. This is transaction thing. So the primary significance of this OLT operations is just to put a very rapid query process and maintain records and an efficient consist of number of transactions per second. In OLTP database, there are accuracy, current record, and schema is used to save the transactional database. Usually, it is the third normal form will be used here in this OLTP. In OLAP, that is online analytical processing, is represented for a relatively low volume of transaction. The queries are very difficult and involves organizations. For OLAP operations, the response time is an effective measure. So this OLAP application are generally used for data mining techniques. So in this database, in this OLAP database, or historical information stored in multi-dimensional schemas. So the difference between this OLAP and OLTP are users in the way of user. The OLTP system is designed for office workers, while the OLAP systems are designed for the decision makers. Then functions is OLTP is mission critical one. So they provide day by day operation for an entrepreneurs or a large performance and availability of the driven. This OLAP system or manage critical to support the decision of the enterprise support. Then nature between these two are although the SQL query returns the set of data, this transaction processing method are designed to step one record at a time. For example, a data related to the user may be on the phone or in the store. But this OLAP system is not designed to deal with the individual customer record. Instead, they include query that deals with many data at a time and provide summaries and information to the managers. So this OLAP application includes data stored in the data warehouses that is being extracted from many table and possibly from more than one enterprise table database. Then discussing about the design, this transaction processing database operation are designed to application oriented one, whereas this analytical processing operations are designed to subjected oriented. So this OLTP system views the enterprise record as a collection of tables, whereas this OLTPA operation views the enterprise information as a multi-dimensional one. The differentiate in data or the OLTP system usually deals only with the current state of the data. For example, a record about an employee who left 3 years ago may not be feasible for the human resource system. So the old data may be archived for some type of stable storage media or may not be accessible online. But other hand, this OLAP system needed historical data over several years since the trend is often essential in decision making. The kind of uses here is the OLTP method are used for reading, writing operations, while OLAP method is usually do not updates the data. Then view the the online transaction processing system focuses primarily on the current data within the department, which does not refer the historical data. Whereas the OLAP system has multi versions of database schema due to the evaluatory process of any organization. Then access pattern is like OLTP system consists of primary of short atomic transactions, such as system needed to be concurrent control and recovery techniques. So access OLAP system is mostly read-only operation because the data warehouse stores the historical information. So the differences are mainly with users, functions, the nature of this processing, then design of the processing, the data that is used in the processing, then what kind of use, the kind of use it is going to involve, then views and the asymptotes are the main difference of this OLTP and OLAP.